Let's restart real quick. Cause I ain't go
Oh,
live. My
you
bad.
ain't go live?
Yeah, we live now, but hold on.
Okay. Hold on. Technology.
There we go. Okay, we back now. That's how you do it. This how you go live before all those. So we just tested it out. That's what we did. Yeah, let Jeezy play real quick.
Make the ugly face.
Man, I remember that song when it first came out, man. I
Make
thought
the
that,
ugly face.
boy, that was one of the dopest things. And then he said, remember when he did the video and Ghostface came out with the
Oh
cold,
boy,
with the snow
what?
jacket
Called
on,
me a
man.
ghost face killer.
They came out and he did that thing, man. What's up, everybody? Party people. We did a little test run for about 6 minutes, but we're live for real now. It's your boy
We
E.
for real,
Glay.
for real. We
And make
on.
sure he heard he's still a junior, but he don't go by junior. We gonna
It'll be up there next week. It'll be up
okay.
there
I was
next
just
week.
making sure.
That's
We
on
got a bunch of
everything.
topics. You know how we do this, mate. Me and Make Show go back and forth, and we just drop these sports knowledge. And you know, for all you out there saying sports has stopped, sports never stop.
Never.
It never stops. We just gonna
Never,
get into
ever, ever.
And you know, man, Make Show, go ahead, man. What's that first topic you want to talk about, bro?
So, like I say, what we gotta do, Glaze, we have to start with the top story right here in these streets, man. Drew Brees.
Drew Brees. Drew Brees, for all who didn't miss it, who didn't hear, who was under a rock. Drew Brees basically said that he's still in an interview earlier this week. Do not believe he thinks it's unpatriotic to take a knee in disrespect. It's disrespectful to the flag if you take a knee during the national anthem because it's disrespectful to his granddad and his dad and all who served. And if you take a knee, you're disrespecting the flag. And he's opposed to that. And I'm like, well, Drew, guess who else parents and grandparents served in the wars too? Black people. We all got people who served in there. And then make sure that sometimes we just have to let y'all know some things during those times. And it's been said before, and it's been exhausted. Colin Kaepernick didn't do this to disrespect the flag. He did it to call attention to, guess what? Police brutality. And here we are, still in 2020, 4 years after Colin did that, still talking about police brutality. So like I was saying in our test run, basically Drew Brees has put himself as the anti-Colin Kaepernick. He has said in this whole fight, taking a knee is disrespectful, and I don't think, and so he's become the face of this.
Right. Yeah.
So that's how he took it. Of course, and we'll talk about it a little bit second. I want to get your opinion on what your thoughts on this, because of course he had the pressure apology, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. You know, again, here we go again, 4 years later, and you're still missing the message, Drew. You still miss the message. I mean, it's no secret that this thing was about police brutality. First, let's go all the way back.
Go all the way back.
The journalist who noticed Colin Kaepernick sitting on the bench during the national anthem made a point to go ask Colin, why are you sitting?
Right.
Okay. Colin was like, you know what? Okay, let me talk to some military people.
Right.
A Green Beret, a special forces type of guy, told Colin, well, you know what? Don't sit, kneel. So that's how we got to kneeling. And again, it was all about protesting the police and how they treat minorities. So fast forward 4 years later, here goes Drew being very unaware, by the way. You're very unaware, Drew.
Right.
Clearly, you're very unaware. And here you go talking about your granddad. What about my granddad? What about my dad? What about my uncles?
Yeah.
Who didn't get the hero's welcome, but they were fighting the same war. I mean, just if I'm correct.
Right.
So, I mean, Drew, here you go being very unaware and aloof. Because again, this is your privilege that's showing.
Yeah. And it's no, like you said, Mace, it's no we've seen now some pictures of Drew cozying up to certain people. I think it's going to be more. You see Drew probably running for some offices in his life. He's only got one more year if he plays this year.
Yeah.
So he's only got 1 year. So to me, he would look like he was setting up a future run at a Senate or a Congress or something. He's Drew Brees.
Right.
But my thing is, why would you jeopardize this at this time in your career? It's over. You got 1 more year. You know there's players on your team that's going to be doing this, but that's just me asking too much for a player
Right.
like Drew Brees.
Right.
Again, we have family members just like you, Drew. You know what I thought about, Maceo? Me and you played 15, 16 years of football in our life.
Mm-hmm.
And every day we would, when the Star Spangled Banner would come on, we would drop our head and we would do it and put our hand over our heart, whatever it was at that time.
Right.
But when we left the field, the thing that banner stood for necessarily wouldn't stand for us when we left the field.
Without a doubt.
So we have always shown respect. We've done everything when, have they said, America hasn't shown respect for us at times.
Not at all.
So when our people went and fought in wars and did what they did overseas and they came back and they couldn't get their medals, I shout out to Shannon Sharp. I don't listen to what they say a lot, but he broke some good things down today. When they came back from these wars, they wouldn't celebrate it. No. While other people had parades and celebrating their return, our people couldn't even eat in the same restaurant.
Couldn't eat the same restaurant, couldn't get jobs. You know, it was almost like they didn't even fight the war. It's like, no, they used us for anything else that they've done.
Yeah.
Used us, sent us back home, fight the war, come back home. And again, the disparity between white soldiers and black soldiers, minority soldiers. Like, come on, man. What y'all talking about? What are we doing here?
Shout out to everybody who's joined us, man. For all those fans who are upset when y'all burned Drew Brees jersey at Nike like they did for Kaepernick, I'm sure you won't. But it's like what we keep saying, man. Colin made y'all uncomfortable to draw attention to something that was very still needed throughout this day. It's a shame in 2020 we're still talking about this, but we just had a funeral for a man who had just had a murder on video, Mace. And we talked about Ahmaud. We're hearing now about what the thing about Ahmaud being basically jogging and getting taken out.
Bro.
So when we're saying these things are happening and you're saying why we have a problem sitting on our knee, look, let's be real. 2-3 years ago when the Kennesaw State girls, cheerleaders, took a knee.
Yeah.
To hear the fan reception, because we was media, they were so upset. Why are you taking the knee? I can't believe y'all guys are doing this. This is disrespectful. Meanwhile, they doing this during the Star Spangled Banner, mind you.
Right.
And we're seeing people in the media not liking it either.
Yeah.
This is the type of scrutiny we have.
Everybody got something to say. My dad has this, and he basically told me and William this our entire lives, and it's just like, dude, you're gonna have to be 50 times better than that guy over there. He has a built-in advantage over you.
Yeah.
And even though, listen, I'm not raising you or teaching you to make an excuse, but understand that. And like you say, we sat there and witnessed it. We were sitting in the same press box doing the same job, watching white media cringe. Like, what y'all cringing about? Because again, you continue to miss the message. Nobody is disrespecting the flag. A military guy told Colin Kaepernick, this is what you should do. Kneel, because that is a sign of respect. Sitting down is disrespecting the flag. And I always ask you this, Glade, because you think about it, whenever we're at games, I always say, look at people who not paying attention, who just sitting down.
Walking around the game.
Walking around. Come on, that's disrespecting the flag.
That's how you disrespect it. They ain't stopping, they eating, they drinking, they talking, and all of that. But now, once this African-American quarterback took a knee, now we got a problem with it. You know what else is funny, Macy? I always say this. Tupac said something on MTV a long time ago during this thing. He said, he said, like, if you're starving and somebody's inside eating, I'm going to knock on the door softly at first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, hungry, please let me in. Eventually, it's going to be kick in the door, bring in the fourth floor. Give me the food. So 4 years ago, it was a neat and peaceful protest.
Right.
Now you got riots.
Yeah.
Instead of addressing it then,
Yeah.
you kept letting it build and kept repeating the same thing. And now you're dealing with all 50 states and 15 plus countries.
50 states, countries, because this thing is
Dealing with this.
real. It's real. And to see the NFL all of a sudden now saying, we stand for, we've donated, we've done this again. Colin Kaepernick warned you about this 4 years ago, and everybody knows he was blackballed out the NFL. And then you let this divisive guy at 1600 continue to spew. I mean, I still think about that press conference he made that night, and he was talking about how owners should fire these guys. Like, dude, not only are you a draft dodger, you hiding out in a bunker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dog, you won't even, man, anyway, man. So
and you saw the NFL go from not wanting to do anything to basically blackballing Colin.
Yeah.
To basically making remember how they had all the players arm in arm, taking knees, making it a show.
Make it a show.
Instead of addressing the issue and addressing his thing. So the NFL tried to make it go, and then they had the audacity to put out that quote or whatever they did. But come on, man. You can't go back now. Which brings me back to this next thing, Maceo. He apologized today, 24 hours later.
Yeah. Well,
what are your thoughts on the apology?
You know what this is, and I posted this last night. Me and you kind of had a little go back and forth about it. Listen, this is that PR 101 thing. This is guys who, owners, management, the owners, they're sitting there like, listen, this is a volatile situation right now.
All right.
You have to go in that phase one. Again, PR 101. You have to make the apology. Next, we have to get you in the group. I'm telling you how this all finna go. Next, we're going to get the team together, and you're going to get in the middle of the team, and you're going to apologize. You're going to say how sorry you are. And then we're going to have photo ops, and then we're going to have him donating money. You're going to see him, all these photo ops with him with kids, him in the community, all of these things, all of that is coming. And think about it. Michael Thomas already, brought his apology. So the spin machine is already working, Glaze. It's already working.
I call it the worst apology I hate is the PR apology. I hate the PR apology.
Did you see the picture they used on Instagram? Like, dude, you got 1 million pictures of you and a black teammate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so you throw the ball to Michael Thomas 200 times a year the past 3 years. You mean to tell me you can't find a picture of you and Michael Thomas giving dap or you and Alvin Kamara giving? Now you go get the most generic picture you can find. So again, that's not Drew Brees doing that. That's a PR company who's like, let's get ahead of this. Man, get out of here. Get out of here.
And that's the thing, man. So he might well did like Ryan Leaf did, read it off a piece of paper, just threw it in the locker when he was finished. Because to me, it even looks shiesty. It even looks like you're just trying to save face. It ain't like you even wrote this. Like somebody said, give me your computer. I'm gonna type this real quick.
Dude, what's your password to your Instagram?
I'm gonna go ahead and do this for you.
And as Jerry is as Middlebrook, what up, Middlebrook? As Middlebrook just said, listen. Now you see, once you start talking about the corporate dollars, the money, you know how many people sitting there like, wait a minute, hold on now. This how the leader of your team feel? We've already had an issue. Remember the Saints organization now. Y'all did some shiesty stuff with the church not too long ago.
Bounty Gate.
Boy, come on now. You mean to tell me we keep doing stuff like this?
Yeah.
Man, it's going to be a whole PR tour with Drew Brees and a few of his black teammates. Watch.
And I look, man, I understand everybody goes by the turn the other cheek, forgive and all that. But sometimes we forget way too quick. Drew Brees put out a bogus statement, and they was already talking about, that's my quarterback. God, can we give it at least 2 days? Can we give it the weekend to think about it?
Glaze.
God.
What's my favorite term? People are what? Prisoners of the moment.
Of the moment. I mean, he gave it less than 2 hours. It took Drew Brees longer to write the apology than it took for Michael Thomas to accept it.
Yeah.
I mean, give it some time. Let it fester. Let's see if he really means this. We already forgave. We sorry. It's all right, Drew.
Bruh, I've seen like 5 or 6 articles about don't forget all the good work Drew Brees did. Okay, what have you done for me lately? Because clearly he's sitting in his ivory tower and these are his thoughts and this is how he really feels. So, I mean, come on, dude. Yeah, okay. You're going to find that picture on Google and that, boy, get out of here, Drew Brees. Stop.
In a time when the country is unrest, he said he still thinks kneeling is wrong.
Yeah.
So when the country is at looting, rioting, and all of this, when he was asked the question, the first thing come out of his mouth, he said, I still think it's wrong.
Bruh, he's had 4 years to fix that. He had 4 years to adjust that answer. And it's crazy because one of my partners that's actually, we went to a rival school of Drew Brees in Texas. And he talked about how, well, you understand that. Y'all got to understand this. I'm like, okay, I'm listening. Well, Drew Brees, Westlake High School is the biggest high school in Texas. It's the richest high school in Texas. Drew Brees' mom and dad, so he's just a fluent guy. I say, listen, miss me with all that because he's smart enough to know that it's certain things in certain situations in a certain time that you just don't need to say anything. Yeah. I guarantee you that's the last interview we're gonna see about a quarterback. They're done.
It should have been, because a quarterback that ain't played one down in the NFL helped us texting this little sweetheart, and she gonna put him on blast. The kid has just left Georgia. He was smiling and shimmy. Now he's at Buffalo, and this young honey say, "Oh yeah, let me show y'all what really Jake Fromm be talking about." Tell them about what Jake Fromm did, Maceo.
So everybody, Jake Fromm used the word elite white people should be the only people to be able to buy guns.
A certain type of gun, a big time gun.
Yeah. Only elite white people. Elite white people. Crazy.
Let me get out of the race thing for a minute.
Okay.
And I'm talking to all athletes.
Okay.
Once you type it, it becomes everybody's business. You are one pissed off girlfriend, pissed off woman, pissed off friend from your whole building. Business being on the internet. In the famous words of Herm Edwards, don't press send.
Don't press send, dude. Do not press send.
So Jake Fromm wrote it to a one person, and she was like, I just want y'all to see what he's talking about.
So clearly she ain't your partner like that. Because not only did she screenshot it, she shared it for the world to see. Hey, here you go.
All out there.
Have it. Even took a picture of Jake to make sure y'all can see that's Jake.
Right, Marlon. He ain't gave her that money yet. He ain't got that big money yet, Marlon.
But he a 5th round draft pick. He ain't got no money. But this is what we know, Glaze. And if you go back and watch QB1, you know that this guy lives on the right side of the tracks down in Warner Robins. Very, very wealthy family, has a helicopter mom, helicopter dad. So they're very involved. I mean, Jake is driving a 2018 when they shot the thing, F-150, the crib, everybody's at their house. They have, just this palatial backyard. His granddad, they got, they go hunting. So he knows about guns. And I guess he feels like, hey, listen, this is an elite sport. You know what I'm saying? So y'all shouldn't have the type of weapons that we have. Y'all stick with y'all 380s and y'all Glock 9s, them y'all weapons, but elite white people, we have all the other stuff. Man, get out of here, Jake Fromm.
Boy, can you imagine his PR in the Buffalo when they read that? They were like, man, I quit. Y'all up here just don't even know. So, of course, Jake dropped out. I didn't really mean elite white people. Dude, you took time to text elite. You texted ELITE. You meant every word. You couldn't say white people. You said elite.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So,
And that's clearly that's how y'all were raised. Y'all were raised. So you must have heard a few times that listen, we are elite because this stuff is learned behavior, right?
mm-hmm.
Like I don't ever remember Maceo and Gwen walking around telling us that hey, we're elite black people. I didn't get that memo in my house.
My mom and dad might have called me other things, but they ain't called me elite.
Yeah, they never told us we were elite. No,
yeah, they might have called us some other things, but
real quick, fast, in a hurry too.
Yeah, some other things might have been spewed out. So I'm looking at every quarterback in the league because I think I might have read something about Dak. I haven't even got the chance to catch up before we got on the air.
There's two things about Dak today. Two things. Dak did pledge $1 million to help better train police in the DFW, Dallas Fort Worth area.
Okay.
And also they wanted to, because Drew Brees and all these guys are getting thrown under the bus, they wanted to remind you guys that Dak Prescott said a couple of years ago, hey, listen, I'm gonna stand. I'm not gonna kneel. So that it was an old story. They just want to bring it back up.
You know how they bring everything up.
So many white quarterbacks are being thrown under the bus today. So let's find. Hey, this black guy said that. Hey, America's quarterback. Dak say he not gonna kneel either. So hey, man, you know how I go.
I'm telling y'all now, y'all better go screw up y'all internet, y'all Twitters, your Instagrams, your internet, your text, because everything is coming out now. This country everything is coming out. And I'm gonna end it with this. The NFL really needs to be careful. We know it's the number one sport in the country, in the world.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But when it was time for you to face this 4 years ago, you did it terribly. To the point where you blackballed the player. Not just any player, but a quarterback that's one of the top player that at the time, top selling jersey, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Took a team to the Super Bowl. He led a team to the Super Bowl. Put a first round draft pick on the bench.
You had a game where the Vice President Mike Pence came, made a whole show about the game. Yeah. It wasn't about the game.
Yeah.
You backed this, you did this, and now 4 years later, you want to say we support 75% of our players because 75 of your players are black.
Boy, come on now. And I go back to this, and you remember I said this long time ago when everybody like we're gonna boycott, gonna do this, and my thing was like, listen, it starts with the guys that are playing. If they up and decide, you know what, hey, they treating this guy wrong, and if they all walked away, now we cooking.
Yeah.
But because of the economics, listen, guys are like, hey, I'm a kneel, I'm with him. They played the game, kind of pit the guys against each other. You kneel, okay, okay, what we're gonna do as a team? And again, now this guy out the league. Come on, man. Just because y'all throwing money at the problem, NFL, come on, man. We know where y'all sit, man. We know where you sit.
I don't want to ask you this, Michelle. I know how I feel about it because I see a lot of people out there asking, they want this player to speak, they want that player to speak. I'm always at the point that you don't never know what a player could be doing behind the scenes. There are players who are very vocal, that going to talk their trash and going to talk their junk. But what are your thoughts on that, man? I'm kind of in between. I don't think we always got to hear from players because I think sometimes movement are better when they're from grassroots. And I think this one is so pure. And there are some real people out there really going, and it has caught the nation that we don't need to have a celebrity coming out throwing their arm around something. Like Steph and his wife came out and did something. They just walked with the crowd. They didn't ask for no mic. They just walked with the people.
Right.
I like that more than everybody waiting for them to make this great statement to save the world. And I think the same for athletes. I don't want to hear my athletes making this a show for them so they can get a Nike contract.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Totally agree with you, Glaze, on this, because we know guys who do so much community work, and it's not on their Instagram, it's not on their Twitter, but the impact that they are having in their community is very real.
Right.
And then you do have a group of guys. Listen, they do it for the gram. They want everybody to feel like, hey, man, look at me. We got a lot of look at me guys. And again, we're in a society now that basically wants to tell you if you didn't tweet it, if it's not video, hey, did you do it? And we do know, I got to give a shout out to I got Jody Meeks. Jody Meeks does crazy work in the community. Tony Delp, crazy work.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, dog. Have a cause, they're there. A lot of guys do this. But again, you do have guys who they are all about their brand. And for the other group of guys, they listen, my brand doesn't matter to me as much. I always think about Julio. Julio Jones does so much for Parks and Rec here in Atlanta, where he's from, and you would never know because he don't broadcast it, and he's not the kind of guy to do it. So we have to always be careful when we say, well, he's not doing enough.
Right.
You don't know. You don't know.
I would say this too, man, and Jerry just asked a good question about Jordan. I think Jordan is learning in his age that certain things people need to hear from him, and I'm seeing that more from him.
Right.
I think Jordan saw other players like LeBron them take that leap, and he's learning that he's still important, and he has to start making that leap now.
Right.
Because Jordan got to be real too. His sons could be out. His dad died on the side of the road.
Right.
He got sons, although they're millionaires, that can be taken out like this.
Right. Because don't nobody really know him.
If Jordan's son walked up here right now, look at him like 8 times, like,
man, who are you?
Boy, you showed Nike, you showed Jordan from head to toe, but I don't know who you are.
And the thing with Mike, I think Mike was 57 now.
Yeah, 55, 57.
So a 50-year-old Mike has a much better perspective, and his brand is like he's solidified now. I keep telling you, Babe Ruth, Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan. These guys get the ultimate hall pass. So Mike can say more things now because it's not going to affect his brand now. I mean, we saw during the Last Dance. Listen, it's all of y'all who in y'all feelings. Mike good.
Mike's in there like
Mike good for life.
And I think it's going to be. I'm not the big. I'm thinking. My thing. The older I get, because we close to that big 5 ourselves. I'm looking for more. Quick looking for one person to lead us, and now it's time for all of us to be leaders. Like I always say, I love the phrase, teach a man to fish, he can eat today, but you teach a man to fish, he can eat, I know I'm tearing it up. I think we need more fishermen. Right. And that's what I'm looking for. And I think that's what we're looking for. So I'm not always looking for that athlete. It's good if they become a part of the cause, but they don't always have to lead the cause. And that's what I'm saying. I do like what Ed Reed did. Ed Reed went off today. Ed Reed still got some in him. I'm scared if Drew Brees walk up on Ed Reed, he might straight get slapped.
Oh, he gonna get sacked. He gonna get strip sacked.
Yeah, he better be careful walking up on Ed Reed up in these streets, because Ed Reed might, pimp slap him while he getting out there, man.
For sure.
Hey, man, what you got, man?
Hey, man, so the NBA is set now. 22 teams will come back. I call it the Zion effect. They want Zion to play a little more basketball for y'all.
Hey, let's see if they work.
Adam Silver has said, listen, we're back.
Let's see if they work, man. Let me see it work. According to this, let's see if you can see it. Oh, there it is right there. Right? Look at that boy. I'm clicking buttons, baby. Clicking buttons, baby. We clicking buttons around here, baby. We clicking buttons. All right,
man. Boy, you a fool.
All right, so here's the 22 teams that they said will be handed to the Lord, though.
Yes, sir.
It's more teams in the Western Conference.
Right.
The Eastern Conference. Starting with the Lakers, the Clippers, the Nuggets, the Jazz, the Thunder, Rockets, Mavericks, Grizz, Trailblazers, Pelicans, Kings, Spurs, and Suns. and the East Coast. Y'all have talked about the East so bad. They only put 9 in there.
Yeah, man. On the 9, y'all can come down to the bubble.
We went
On
to
the 9, y'all
Milwaukee,
can come down to the
Toronto,
bubble.
Boston, Miami, the Pacers, Philly, Brooklyn, Orlando, and the Wizards. So those are the teams, Maceo. My thoughts is we know what this is about. We know what this is about. It's about making sure your brand still get out there, making sure the money's still out there. But I have to agree with Lloyd Pierce because that's my coach. He has a young team that now will not get a chance to play basketball during this period of time. They won't have any competition to the other season. So technically, these teams that are playing, these 22 teams, will kind of have a leg up, Mace.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
So basketball, if you're gonna do it, you do every team, but you just say, well, these are the teams that had records that could have had a chance, which is hockey. We will crap again because the only reason you're doing this is because you got certain players you want to see maybe play in the league.
Right.
If you look, Zion was in the 10th spot, the Pelicans, and there's a certain player that may play in this little system that wasn't played all year that might change the way things happen with Brooklyn and Kevin Durant. So that might change some things as well, Maceo.
Possibly.
What are your thoughts, man?
First of all, it's hard for me to process why it's taking them so long to come back, but I get it. You know, you want these guys in optimal shape. My biggest concern, you've been putting this plan together. We hadn't had basketball since March. So April was kind of like a wash because, COVID was we just didn't know. But come May, it was all like, okay, we can fight this thing. There's a lot of little things that can be done. We should have been able to start getting these guys start going late May, June. So the 1st of July, they could have been back playing because the thing that the NBA is going to be up against, NFL, college football, maybe MLB, we don't know. But NHL is coming back. MLS coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's gonna be so much competition for our attention.
Yep.
And you're just trying to figure out, okay, NBA, man, you should have been ahead of this thing a little bit better, man. It's crazy.
And my thing is, you brought up a good point, Maceo, and Marlon's still in my lines over here. But Marlon, you bring up something. I think this is dangerous for the older players. To now, you're going to put them out there on this court,
right?
Who ain't really had you ain't gonna have much of a preseason. You're gonna go straight to playing.
Yeah.
What if you lose a player in this time?
Yeah.
Let's say they tear something.
Yeah.
They going into January, February, maybe next season not playing as well.
Right.
So by you taking this chance because you want the game to be played, you don't want to be missing out, like you said, because the NBA gonna come, NFL gonna be on fire, all of that. You better be careful if you lose a LeBron or if KD comes back too quick and he goes and hurts himself again.
Yeah.
This could be not what you expected, and you could lose a lot more players.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thing.
Yeah. And let's say this, Glaze, because you know me, it always come back to the money. So your TV partners, your regional TV partners, they ain't gonna tell y'all this part, so your boy gonna tell you. They need 90% of their games played to satisfy that contract. If not, the check must be written back to the TV stations. Right. Owners are not doing that, especially when they know we're probably not going to generate any revenue from ticket sales, just everything that goes on inside an arena.
Right.
That's already tough. And we're going to be in this bubble type city location. So listen, we losing out. So that's why they're bringing these teams back to get these few games, because they're trying to help out the TV partners. So
and they are.
Come on, man.
And shout out to Jarius and my friend Cedric Savage. He brought up a good point. Out of all the sports that are talking about coming back, none of them put the physical exertion cardio-wise on you like basketball.
Like basketball, yeah.
So that makes you open. Because for everybody out there, COVID ain't went nowhere.
Yeah, yeah.
COVID-19 is still out there. Like, hey guys, I know people who
Yeah.
are still going in the hospital for this
Yeah.
thing now.
Yeah. Let me cough on you. Yeah. Yeah.
So
And it's funny that Jared's brought that up, that you're talking about COVID and what happens if these guys get COVID. And I don't listen. Y'all didn't hear this from me. Y'all didn't hear this from me. Okay. Y'all hear, but saying all that, we probably will never know if a guy gets COVID.
Whew.
They won't tell us. I promise you they won't tell us, because this is the thing. With everybody getting started again, I'm willing to bet you, Glaze. You probably can back me up on this, Glaze. I'm willing to bet you the Rudy Gobert situation, they probably wish they could have contained that a little bit better. But it was so much unknown at the time. But see, now that they have, they've been talking to the medicine people, they've been talking to the experts and all these things. I guarantee you, we will not know again if a guy get COVID. He's gonna be a DNP, and it's going to be an ankle. It's gonna be We won't know he got COVID-19. I promise you that.
Because that's all they would need, make sure if that came out again.
Yeah.
Because when Rudy got it, he got on and he messed up their number one player with it. Remember how he was playing around coughing on all that, and then they got the whole team sick. So if they do get it, they will be DNP because they hurt their pinky toe.
Yeah.
Man, he's been out for 2 weeks for a pinky toe.
Bro.
Or he strained his MCL. It won't be COVID-19 related.
And those 2 weeks will be quarantine.
He will have that swab going up his nose trying to see what's going on up in there, because he done messed up something. He is hurt.
Yeah.
He done did something on it. And I just think the NBA really has to be, it's the number one sport for cardiovascular outside of track and field. But even in track and field, we can put lanes in and do all that. Basketball, we going through the whole. We got people cramming in there. We
sweating on each other.
They leaning on each other.
Yeah, man.
Man, this thing can be really ugly if they don't do this right. And you can check anybody, and they've seen, and we know people, just because you stick a little monitor on their head, talking about they 98 degrees, don't mean nothing.
Bro, he could have been sitting outside, or he could have drunk a slushy, and his temperature done got, like, you know what I'm saying, back to normal. But he probably got a fever, 105. In these streets.
The NBA, look, I get it. Like you said, and somebody just brought up a good point. They do have those new logos on the uniform that was paid and bought for.
Yeah.
So they got to get those companies happy. There's a lot of money going into this NBA that they got to get taken care of.
Follow the money. Follow the money. It's crazy.
Adam Silver about to be around here. Give me that little goofy look,
bro. If people don't think that they've talked all these scenarios out, y'all done lost y'all mind. Because this is billions of dollars that we're talking about.
Are you gonna watch though, Mace?
Of course I'm gonna watch. Dude, I'm watching NASCAR.
We're watching everything now, boy. I'm
watching NASCAR.
I'm watching everything now.
Y'all texting about a Peloton challenge the other day. I couldn't find it on TV.
Boy, we're good too, boy. Your girl was hurting though. The dog was struggling. She that Peloton looked real, man. I was like, God dang, I ain't finna get my butt on. That's a good question. I don't know. Will they bring home floors, make sure, or will they just make it generic?
No, listen. And so that was one of the ideas. Do y'all know how much it will cost to ship your home floor to Orlando and then have a staff? Listen, they're trying to make this thing cost effective.
Look like the summer league. They're gonna be out there like the summer league.
For them to take a floor up and put another floor down, listen, that thing. Now listen, it's gonna be NBA. Now it's gonna be NBA'd out.
Oh yeah.
Trust that.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna find a way to try to help you with a somewhat slight home court advantage, but they're not shipping no court, because now you're bringing more people into the bubble, because now each team has to send their crew to go put the floor in. Nah, they ain't doing that. They ain't doing that.
We keep it coming, man. Is it my turn or your turn?
Yeah, it's your turn. It's your turn.
I'm interested. I'm also looking in with this whole with the people out there with the recent the protests and things like that. We're seeing a lot of coaches getting them kind of looks like this now on what they're gonna say. And some of you coaches are failing terribly through this whole thing. My boy, I think Dabo came out and said something. And Dabo was one of the main ones. Like, my player won't be kneeling. It's not the right time. as a coach, Maceo, and I think again, what are your thoughts on the way these coaches are trying to handle this situation?
So this is the biggest problem I have with this Emmanuel Glaze. Up until certain members of the media, certain trainers started calling out coaches, hey, this coach hadn't said this coach hadn't said that. When had these coaches cared? Let's just keep it real. What's the one thing that keeps these coaches employed? Winning.
Winning.
That's all that matters. The situation with Dabo with the coach using the N-word, it happened in 2017. We're just not hearing about it. Why are you just not hearing about it? Because it's at Clemson where they've won 2 national championships in the last 3-4 years. They consistently bring in the top 5 recruiting class. Dude, winning cures everything. Now, here go the conversation that all of y'all have. And again, we're not going to really get into this, but the post that everybody's being emotional about now, well, why don't we send our kids to HBCUs? Really, y'all? Really? We're not ready to have that conversation. And the reason we're not ready to have that conversation is because y'all in love with shiny stuff. Y'all in love with new stuff. And that's why y'all think they continue to pump $60 million into an indoor facility. This practice field. Oh, man, we give you all. Come on, man. We're not ready for that conversation, man. I need y'all to stop.
I always say this. Them greenbacks are strong, man. And then when I say green, them dollar bills, y'all, are strong. I know everybody's emotional now. I know we all want to be HBCUs. I'm a proud HBCU. Maceo's a proud HBCU guy. But we're going to have that conversation. And I hope to invite some guys who can talk about this. And I know I would love to see it happen. But guess what would dry up? Until we can really fund our HBCUs properly, we ain't going to be able to compete with these guys like that. But on another note, I've said that also, Maceo, because some guy, this new coach at Florida State, somebody must have told him he was the stuff because he done came down there talking trash. He making players. He must have realized that some of the boys from that bottom down there don't play that stuff.
Yeah. But again, here we go again. He's thinking he's Teflon. I just got the job.
I just got this job.
I just got here. I'm implementing a lot of new changes. I'm going. My coach, my staff. Yeah, we reached out to all the kids. Come on, dude. Like,
how many games has he won for Florida State, Maceo?
0. 0. Didn't even get to win the spring game because COVID-19 took him out.
We don't know you, dude.
We don't know you, dude.
We don't know you.
We don't know you. And the thing was, listen, the guys got together. They had a meeting. He had to address the team. They worked out today, everybody. They worked out again. This is what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. We're not going to effectively have change until us, the parents, the players who make up that high percentage say, you know what, coach, we out.
Mm-hmm.
We out. But they hold that scholarship and they hold that dream over our head.
I'm sorry, that's a bag. I'm sorry.
Hey man, say it. But this is why I'm telling people we're not ready for that conversation. And then when we are ready for that conversation, it would be basketball who would have the greatest impact first.
Huge.
Because with football, it's going to be a tier system because you have to get that quarterback. You have to get the big time quarterbacks to commit first.
Right.
And once you get the quarterback, now you're going to get the wide receivers and the running back, and now you're going to get the linemen. The numbers don't work for football like they do for basketball. Because just think, you recruit 2 or 3 guys, it make a difference in your program. Think of if Zion and John Morant went to FAM or North Carolina A&T.
They already in the tournament.
They in the tournament. I mean,
everybody coming to watch them. It's a show. You got FAMU's band in the stands rocking it out. So it's a whole different show with basketball. I totally agree with you, man. I just think sometimes when it comes to us, there has been so much, and Coach Foster brought up a good thing. It became so shiny Yeah, it's in high school shining now.
Bruh.
It is shiny
Yes.
in high school now.
Yes.
So
Yes.
before it has left pro, went to college, and now it's down here to pro into high school, and it's slipping into middle school because now they're seeing the potential of kids to rec ball. We have got so many levels now have been infiltrated with money and shiny things that it's going to be extremely hard for people to say, "I want to play for y'all," but what that bag look like, what
Glaze.
that TV contract look like.
Think about this, Glaze. We have middle school kids who have private trainers
Yep.
at every position.
Yeah.
You have and he gonna probably beat me up later, but it's okay. We had these quarterback gurus who are out saying, don't do that, don't do that. But I'm like, dude, I guarantee you won't tell that 5-star kid that you work with, hey, why don't you consider Johnson C. Smith?
Yeah.
Why don't you say, you want to do it for the culture? Why don't you, hey, go pick Fort Valley?
Yeah.
And then, cause they gonna find you if you're talented, right? They're gonna find you.
Yeah.
But why am I gonna go to Fort Valley when I look at Oregon and hey, they give these guys 5 pair of tennis shoes. They give them a jogging suit every time they travel. Oh, what about this bowl game? And listen, every kid want to play on TV. Every kid think he can play on TV. So, I mean, come on, man. What are we doing?
And I guarantee you the football coach budget at Fort Valley is way shorter than Oregon's budget because they got 7 uniforms. And Fort Valley just want to make sure they got a good to go away and home jersey. And hopefully we get you some good shoes to go along with them.
And as Coach Foster just said, track. See, track is one of those sports where, listen, you can go get you 2 sprinters and another guy, and you out of here.
Because guess what?
Male or female.
So what? Guess what? In track, fast is fast.
Fast is fast. Yeah. That either you can run or you can't.
You know what
I'm saying?
And I trust me, there are enough good track coaches at HBCU to get you to that next level.
You fast at LSU, you fast at Fort Valley, you fast at FAM, you fast at Oregon. Fast is fast.
So back in the day, I used to run track, Mace. Back in the day, but
yeah. I quit. I was out there, but I couldn't. Yeah.
So we went.
I'm sorry, y'all.
So Foster gonna take us to, I guess, some relay race. I'm thinking like, oh man, I'm in this race. I used to run this. First time I saw a brother from Alabama run 10-3, and then I saw Tyrone Poole. I was like, oh, they run like this in these schools?
They running.
Oh, I think my knee hurts, coach. I just pulled a tweaker hammy, coach. They run a little too fast out here. I can't even.
They running out here. Yeah.
I got tired of seeing cleats running past me. I got tired of seeing that, man. So in track and field, it's something different, man. It's a different breed, and that's why I say A&T got that All-American who's going to probably will be an Olympian, and will be good to see him with his A&T colors on, saying, "Yo, I went through HBC, but I'm still doing this." So, yeah.
Crazy, man.
What you got, Base Jeff?
Hey, man, MLB. They continue to propose, counter-propose, propose again, and counter-propose one more time. Do you think we're going to have baseball in 2020, Emmanuel Glaze?
They better. Look, man, y'all are one great season away from where y'all are the 4th sport in America. Or one great season from MLS or some other sport where y'all will be the 4th sport watch. Because you give me one more strike season, people ain't got over, some of the old heads ain't got over 95.
I still ain't got over it.
Go on strike again. Or don't play. Don't play this year when we need y'all. When y'all have the one sport that really can be social distancing better than everybody.
It's made for social distancing.
So you can hit, play, do what you got to do. But y'all got that strong player union. Y'all don't take that. And the owners think they're going to sit there with y'all. But guess what? Play if you want to. We'll be watching Korean baseball, trying to see what's going on over there. Some Japanese baseball, see how they play. Because y'all going to mess around. Nobody want to mess with y'all. Y'all already lost the Olympics. Okay, if that should tell you anything. If your sport is dropped from the Olympics.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
You ain't got room to be playing with the American and people who want to watch you.
No, you don't.
And like you said, basketball about to start, football is talking, MLS, all these sports are getting crunk ready to have a great fall, and you still in negotiations, which
Yeah,
means that you won't even begin playing to probably August, late July, August.
yeah, yeah. It's sad. I listen. I'm really starting to get that feeling that we're not gonna have baseball because I think what the owners are going to do is say, you know what, we're already taking a loss by not being able to have fans. We're trying to prorate your salaries. Listen, why don't I just keep all my money in my pocket this year and just reconvene next year?
Yeah.
I mean, we done all but killed the minor league system. We done killed the draft. The draft is only gonna be like 5 to 7 rounds. MLB draft is usually 40 rounds. So how many guys aren't gonna even get the opportunity to hear their names called?
Right.
So I just think owners, because again, this is not their 9 to 5. This is their hobby. And we know they're not gonna open the books. They're not gonna show you all the money they made. Like,
Oh,
so they probably made money every year, maybe the last 7, 8 years, because the TV deals have gotten better and all of these things. So they sitting there like, listen, as an owner, I could take the year off, man. I ain't tripping. You don't want to take this little $7 million I'm giving you? All right, we good.
You do know this ain't my number one income source. This is maybe my third, but okay. But
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting, man. You know, like I said, baseball has always had that union with the players that's strong, but I think they need to hurry up because you're running into that. Football is still king. Basketball trying to run all year long, and all these sports are kicking it like that. You better be safe because if you lose baseball, all you're gonna do is find you a couple of players to stick some steroid ends and call it. We didn't know they took steroids.
Gonna bring it back. Gonna bring back the Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire truck.
Home run derby time. Oh, chicks love the long ball.
Chicks dig the long ball. Everybody was on board. Everybody was on board.
All right, man. We thank y'all. We get toward the end of the show. I want to ask this, make sure you've been watching this Lance Strong.
Lance Armstrong.
30 for 30. Lance Armstrong.
Do you know I got hoodwinked by all this stuff? But that's a whole nother story.
We all was getting the bands. Everybody. That's when the first time I noticed those rubber bands, those yellow wristbands.
Yeah.
Now everybody uses them, but back then it was Lance Armstrong first.
Yeah.
Real strong.
Yeah.
Everybody was feeling them. He came back from camp, so we bought into the store. Lance like, man, I've been pumping that stuff since I was like 12. He said, I've been pumping that stuff since, boy, the first time they came up with something, I was like, yeah.
Lance, it's the game.
It was the game, man.
Everybody was doing it.
Yeah. He said that one year he didn't do it, and all them French players kicked this ass out there. He was like, what's going on? Stick me.
Never again.
He said, why am I last? I'm running. The whole team was kicking his ass. He was like, nope. Stick me.
Let me get back on that cycle. Who
I need to talk to? Who got that juice?
I need all of it. I need all of it.
Is it a cream? Is it orange juice? Is it needles? Let's get it. I'm tired of not sitting up there with the flowers in my hand and that yellow jersey.
I need the yellow jersey. I need the yellow jersey, without a doubt.
So what do you say, man? It's a pretty good one, ain't it?
It's unbelievable that he really, he has no remorse about it. He like, listen. So this is the thing, this is my first thought. I don't know if he realized he was gonna look this bad doing it. Clearly he didn't have Final Cut like Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So they set him up again. They show you how much power Michael
This
Jordan.
How they did him. Sign here.
Yep.
Sign here. Okay.
Yeah.
You're good.
And listen, he carried it the whole time, Glaze. Like, yeah, man, listen, everybody was doing it. Oh, yeah, man, I'm trying to protect my brand, but listen. Man, hey, why y'all mad at me? Be mad at everybody, because everybody was doing it.
You know what else I noticed?
He has no shame.
Lance Armstrong ass, too.
Grade A.
Oh, boy, I felt bad because I felt bad for him. I was like, damn, bro.
Dude, do you know the whole Live Strong thing, Glaze, between I had the hoodies, I had the shorts, the t-shirt. Dude, I got about 5 Live Strong hoodies. Matter of fact, I'm giving them to Goodwill next week. I had the shoes. I was all in.
He had the world all in, man. You know how everybody bought that little $1 wristband, bro? Everybody had that red $1 wristband.
The
man.
money they say he raised for that, I was like, man, they were like, dude, we got to get rid of you, man. No, you can't be part of this, dude.
He really took over and then now he like, my bad. Oh, it's all right.
Yeah. Hey man, y'all. Oh, my bad. I ain't mean to piss everybody off.
Y'all still mad? Oh, my bad. No,
But he had become an icon, Glaze. He was an icon.
He was just. They showed. Remember when they showed? I think they showed. You know how they had them big posters of athletes. You could go anywhere and see a big Lance Armstrong mural or a poster of him. He was that big. Nobody gave a damn about cycling until he started doing this. I didn't hear about the Tour de France. I was like, what is this?
Dude, I went and got one. They were selling the yellow Tour de France shirt. I went and got one. I was all in with the layer. I was like, man, this guy is amazing.
Yeah, he was that guy. And then when he came back to cancer and won the next year, we was like,
If anybody has a picture of me with them Live Strong stuff on, burn it, man. Do not post that picture of me with all that Live Strong. No, I had the whole outfit, Glade.
You know they're gonna do it. Somebody gonna post it. Makes y'all all living strong out here.
Such a petty group of people, man. Such a petty group of people, man, that we know.
Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, we want to thank y'all, man. Hey, this is a good one, man.
Hey, man. This that fire, dog. This that fire.
As you can see, man, we're gonna have it. We can now say these shows. We're gonna be doing it. I'm gonna try to come up with some more stuff. We're gonna have guests come on too, man. We were working on one this week. We couldn't finish it out.
Yeah, she been in high demand. I done seen that in like 4 interviews already.
Oh yeah, she hot in these streets. But
man.
So.
Send that email, man. Send that email.
Man, you supposed to give me the. We're gonna talk about it, man.
All y'all out
there, for all y'all out them streets, man, stay safe, y'all. Keep doing your doing. Stay vigilant, but stay safe because we really want y'all to do it. The message is being heard. People are getting it. Unfortunately, it took what they say 4,000 arrests to get 4 people arrested. But keep doing what you're doing. We appreciate it. And for the crutch, man, it's your boy E. Glaze. Magic City in the building.
Bring it back.
We'll talk to y'all next week, man. Peace out.